So this is video of Robbie for Ruth. Before he goes home, I just wanted you to have a little visual of what we've been working on and some stuff that you can refer back to as a reminder and some homework. So I'm starting off here with just some of these walk transitions. Like we've talked about, as you're coming into walk, that's almost where you want your leg to work a little bit harder. And that's where you want to be thinking it's not just about getting him to walk and controlling his speed. It's about getting him to step onto his hind end and really to control his hind end, and to create energy that you can use, energy that's functional for you. And the only way to do that is by getting him to engage his hind end a little bit more and teaching him that your leg doesn't just mean run forward, but it means put that energy back in the hind end. And that's going to give you a more rideable horse in the long run. And the other thing I would say is the most important in these transitions, especially for Robbie, is that you feel like that, oh, I could go forward at any moment. It's not just about getting him to walk. I know he is pretty easy to control, but it's about getting his hind end underneath of him. And he is a horse for a thoroughbred that is actually very easy to go behind the leg and very easy to go behind the bridle. So the biggest and most important thing is to feel like you can keep him forward in the down transitions. And at any moment, if you feel like, oh, he's totally taken the energy away from me, abort mission and go forward again. So you can see I keep playing around with these transitions, and then I think I go into just going forward and back within the trot, but same idea, that as I'm slowing down, that's where I'm actually working a little bit harder, and then when I'm ready to go forward, it should feel like I just am almost releasing pressure from the valve and letting him go forward out of the balance that the down transitions created. So now we get into the jumping, and I think a big thing that I've wanted to show and drive home to you is that it doesn't need to be about the speed for the jumping. It needs to be entirely about the balance, where his hind end is. And then as you're coming to the jump, it should feel like he's held on your leg, and you can almost like lighten your hand a little bit, and he's going to look down the reins at the jump. And there, I think it turned the sound off, but if you could hear, he did bump that a little bit. But that was on him because I had him in the right balance. He was able to use his head and neck. He was able to look down the reins. And I rode a half halt before the jump so that I didn't need to use my hand as we got closer to the jump. And he was able to learn from actually kind of knocking the jump with his front legs, because now we come around again. Same trot. Doesn't need to be fast. Needs to be balanced on his hind end. Use the reins for a half halt and then feel like they can be a little bit light as you get closer. Let his pole come up, and he makes a really nice round shape. So that is what we want him to learn. Then I think I just repeat this back once more the other way, and then we go into canter, and it's the same thing in canter. It doesn't need to be fast, needs to be balanced, and then I should be able to maintain a nice rhythm all the way down to the jump. So those are some visuals for you. Hope that's helpful.